Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AetherTech, and welcome back to another little iterative design expose, exhibition, something. I don't know. This is just another one of the various projects that I did where I started with a basic design and then tried to figure out what else that design could be used for. In this case, I started off with a Starfighter. The Clans of Grin, Koráki, I think is translated roughly from Greek, and I can't remember what that is off the top of my head, which is a light starfighter. And then from there, I ripped out a lot of the internals, reorganized it a bit, and then made what is basically a racing ship out of it, a salvaged racing ship to prioritize high acceleration and maneuverability. And then, of course, because I can, I upscaled it into the Tri-Drive Swift Transport. So let's take a look at this and see how it goes. So this one, the Starfighter version, has 3 landing legs, while the Racer does not. It's equipped with 2 assault cannons, 2 Gatling guns, and then 2 auto cannon turrets. And then it is entirely hydrogen thruster based. So there's a tank here and a tank there and a tank there. So fuel, it had a pretty good range. Just lots of hydrogen engines strapped to it. And if we take off a bit, we'll turn off the mass blocks, lift up a bit, close the landing gear. Just a very basic landing gear. And then acceleration, almost 50 meters per second acceleration, so it's pretty nimble. Deceleration, not as good, and side to side also not as good, but the actual acceleration when going forward is quite good. And let's land this back here. And good enough. And then for the racing version, it's very similar, just a bit faster at almost 60 meters per second. Much less internal cargo space and just more hydrogen. And this would be like a racer for like pinpoint turns inside an asteroid tunnel or something. Yeah, let's drop you down there. And then this is the Tri-Drive Swift Transport. And again, it's the same basic outside characteristics, just some solar panels. It has 2 defense interior turrets, one on the top, one on the bottom, dorsal ventral. There's the other one. It has an extending landing gear 6 system. So that was a fun time to say words. Landing gear system, as well as an extending connector and a secondary cockpit to look over and control connecting that. And then otherwise it's a mix of hydrogen and ion thrusters, mostly hydrogen. It is a swift transport after all. And then to enter it, if it was landed on the ground, you would use a ramp or stairway like this, and that would just come up right to the front here. That thing's kind of slow, so I'm not going to drive it all the way over here. The front entryway is just a little airlock with some lockers and storage access. There is a small cargo hold here with access to some of the internals, mostly just for show though. And this could also be used as a passenger transport in addition to the cargo. Coming back here, there's 2 cryopods for the crew, even though it's probably going to be mostly operated by a single person. These would most likely only be used for emergencies. Some spare parts storage, the rear airlock with some programming blocks for decoration, and more lockers, and then access to both the rear airlock as well as the cockpit to control the connector motions, I guess. It's kind of hard to see with the landing gear in the way, but you would basically use this cockpit to control connecting to another connector. It's a little bit of a word salad day, I think. coming up the stairs to basically the mid-level, just some random decorative blocks. And then this is the owner-operator's cabin. So you've got your bunk, a desk, a bench, kitchen, and the bathroom. Sorry, the head. And then an extra set of lockers. So just a kind of a basic setup, nothing too fancy. Has a door at least. Then you come up here, more lockers, decorative stuff, decorative event controller, though you could program it for stuff, and direct access to the jump drive for repairs, as well as a balcony for when you've landed on planets and just want to look out without getting out of the ship. So it makes that a little bit of a cramped, makes it a little bit of a cramped landing, but perfectly serviceable. And then this is the cockpit. So basic cockpit, there's a couch, there's the control center, and that's about it. Yep, I missed the stairs again. And nothing really basic, or nothing really advanced about the ship. It's fairly basic. The internals are very, very dense. The whole wing structure is filled. Everything that isn't decorative armor blocks is filled. There's some stuff shoehorned in or used decoratively, like the gyroscopes. What's this up here? I think this is extra hydrogen storage, I think. Yep, it's more hydrogen storage that I forgot to paint. And then your thruster clusters, and that's about it. So I'll put the download link for the world in the description if you want to check it out. Otherwise, have a good day and see you later.